Hi, my name is Chigozie Obi. I am a visual artist working in Lagos, Nigeria. The series I'm presenting is called Le Journal de Gozie, and the series means the Journal of Chigozie. I really got into photography this year, and it's been really interesting just documenting my everyday life and people I meet with photography. But also interesting because the way I take photos is kind of similar to the way I paint. So I've translated some of these photos into paintings and also now included writings in them. So it's a bit mixed media-ish. Growing up, my mom was very into plants, and I think that I have also become a bit into plants as well. I started putting that into my work. So in some of these works, you see a little bit of plants here and there. A lot of the work I make usually is not exactly happy in a sense. This series might actually be one of the most happiest series, not exactly sad series I talk about. But it's really interesting because even as much as they aren't happy, my colors are always bright. I'm very into colors. I love seeing bright works. I love seeing brushstrokes. I love seeing texture. I like when you look at the work, you see a lot kind of going on in the work. So whether in color or the texture, whether even a black and white piece. At first, I wanted to present just the photos and the paintings together. But I had a friend come over and we spoke about the work a bit, and I realized that I actually have a lot to talk about with the photos and what happened the day I took the photos and who those people mean to me. With this series, I want people to see a bit of just like the process behind the work, even in the frame. So you always just have that story along with you, and then you have my photography, and then you have my painting, and you also see how that translates together and see how I present similar things in different ways. So I feel like it might be a lifelong series because I'm going to keep on taking photos forever, and I think it's also going to expand to more than people, maybe even places, landscapes. I think with this series it gives more insight into my life in a sense. This is kind of just taking you through my day-to-day, so everything is coming through me first before it now speaks about those other people. So I think this is a very in-depth series, yes, and very from the heart series as well. My intention for this series is I hope it can make people feel like they should document more. Documentation is just really important generally, and I have become very, very big on it in the last year coming to this year. I take pictures all the time with my friends, of the road and everything, because this life is really just short and you kind of like pass it in a sense. But I hope that with this, people see that it's actually cool to maybe like document what's happening in your life, write about it, take photos of it. It's very experimental as well. I'm very interested in experimentation right now. So I hope people can just enjoy the way I'm experimenting with the work and look forward to what I'm even going to do more with just my work generally. So a lot of these photos I took the photos first. Some of these weren't exactly so planned. Some I went to visit my friends and then I just decided to take photos of them. I've taken quite a lot of photos actually, but it's only some selected few I feel like actually painting or I feel like translating to paints. So when I select them, I then of course create my canvas, I have my picture of it to paint. Another thing with this series is that I'm not trying to get the resemblance in a sense of all the people I'm painting, more like just their essence. So it's not I'm not really, just generally my work, I'm not really big on resemblance. Sometimes it looks like the people I'm painting, sometimes it doesn't. I feel like it's just really knowing about that person. Once I feel like I've captured the essence of that person, or I feel like when I look at the photo I can tell that okay, I know what I wanted to give and I did give that with that person. So I translate that into paint and then I write about it. Artist I'm inspired by are Alexandria Couch. She's really experimental. She really pushed me a lot actually to just maybe push my work in a sense, and also again the experimentation, which I'm very into right now. Also Njideka as well, Njideka Crosby. She is also another very experimental person, and also Skuzana Violet Swami. I look at their work, I see the way they go about their work. It's been really inspiring to me.